Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and I have some exciting news for you. Some exciting Dungeons and Dragons news. So let's talk about Hasbro. They are the guardians. They are the owners of Dungeons and Dragons, and they are its greatest protectors, right? And they've just done such a tremendous job with Dungeons and Dragons. But I got this super cool, exciting announcement to make, which I think is just absolutely fantastic, and it is a 2023 achievement of Dungeons & Dragons, a 2023 achievement of Hasbro. And that is the 2023 year in American film is going forward, and it is truly a historic year in cinema. Right now, we are deciding if we're going to have another 100 years of American cinema. We've had 100, right? But the Great Pandemic happened, right? And streaming happened, and a whole bunch of things happened. And we have reached a point where we are really deciding if movies are going to continue. And Dungeons & Dragons is in that mix. Let me tell you what Dungeons & Dragons just did. Dungeons & Dragons spent 8 weeks on the American top 10 movies list, right? 8 weeks, it was in the top 10 movies out, right? So it dropped in late March, and it went 1, 2, all the way up to 10 solid weeks where it remained as a top 10 film, okay? Now, what's special about that? Well, listen carefully. The Flash, which cost probably $50 to $150 million more than Hasbro's Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. The Flash, which was a American blockbuster that had all the momentum of the DC Cinematic Universe, which has been going on for over a decade and includes incredible directors such as Christopher Nolan, who is a centimeter away from getting an Oscar, I think, but is absolutely a world famous and a named director, right? So the DC Cinematic Universe puts out The Flash. The Flash dropped out of the top 10 movies in just 3 weeks. It was like it disappeared, right? So Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves spent 250% more time on the top 10 movie list for America than Warner Brothers DC cinematic film The Flash, which cost over $250 million and included Michael Keaton, right, and Nicolas Cage and Christopher Reeves, and was truly a historical American blockbuster attempt, right? And Dungeons & Dragons outperformed it massively, right? So it put itself into American culture, and it stayed there, right? So Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves had 8 weeks on the top 10 charts. The Flash had 3 weeks, right? So Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves outperformed The Flash by 250%. Let's take the time to celebrate what Hasbro is doing. Let's take the time to celebrate the greatest Guardian company that Dungeons & Dragons has ever had. Thank you to everyone at Hasbro for the incredible work you're doing and for literally outpacing every tabletop role-playing game company in the world, putting Dungeons & Dragons where it needs to be. Top of the billboard, top of our mind, top of heart. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.